380. Get to choose the mic. It's coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go, here we go. 6 guys, check 6 guys. Back.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Bang out. Heel up. Whip. Watch the whip. Check it back. Run left. Hey, 0. Hey, easy. Good touch.
From the 27, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Stay home. My 52.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Hey, let go. Rock it. You got tight right there. Shoot.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
On the counter, Gore. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with 2nd and just 2 yards to go. Now on 2nd down, this is Gore. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Watch the safety creep. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Look at me. Gore. And ready?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That'll be caught by Rice. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. On 1st down, it's Craig, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Second and 11. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Give them a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here, game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a two-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know the pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Looking to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Owens. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Elliott running right. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Check 52.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, we got to get this stop here.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 5th touchdown now on the year. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Let's go. 15, 1. 15, 1. Look, squeeze. 6-6, bullet high. Hey, Charlie.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Owens. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards, the final tally. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to work his way down to the 16. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Hey, lock it.
8 yards on the pickup.
Hey, Orvin.
2nd and 2. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On 3rd down, Craig. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll drop the throw. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Quick, 280.
53 is the mic. You don't want none of that. Pick up the ball. He's coming. We got double up.
280, quick. Hey, low work.
SOS.
Go.
SOS.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And an alley to run. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Got it. Recon, 132 fighter. Smooth. Leo!
They'll look to throw here. Man open, Rice. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
And their 49ers first down.
He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 for the Niners there, the first down. They'll run on first down. It's Craig. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Rip left. Hey, switch gears.
Hey, box drop.
Second and 9 now. He's got goal. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
On the ready.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
I can't believe they let you play. Check. Lucky. 45.
Get it.
He'll look to throw. Ball going deep here for Taylor. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here.
And got his man complete. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts that. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
45, check my 45. Come on, baby, come on, let's go.
Go.
I got motion.
Look at me. Go.
2nd and 13. And some strong running. They'll roll him out right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Check 22.
Back to throw here. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Watch the run.
They'll try and throw for it here. Over the middle, that's caught by Owens. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Back to the ground game here. Gore. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Another carry now for Gore. Oh, he sheds himself free. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Squeeze. 10 logo. Hey, team 6. Hard.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
Hey, check Mike.
Hey, Haywood.
45's the mic. 45's the mic.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Two draw corkers.
Slam.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Now back to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Escaping the pressure right. Looking deep for Elliott. He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike.
Go.
Hustle. We want it. Come to my world. He's coming. Double up.
14.
Double up. Sponge.
Spread left.
He's checking. Crash. 5-2.
Right.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
18.
Delta.
Still got 4 down.
52's the Mike. Here we go.
Throwing is Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Back to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
218, chop it. 5. Snap.
2nd and 4. That'll be caught by Rice. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
To try again after the sack. Wilson, he's got Lewis. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
You can't block me. Watch out, watch out.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Fielded just inside the 30.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was trying to get it there to Vernon Davis, the tight end. And it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The Niners on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 10.
Check, 45 is the mic. Check.
Hey!
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Hey, check Mike 45. Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
Now it's Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Switch.
One left.
They go play action now. Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out of it, away from your body.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Ready?
54 Mike. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Hey, high 7. Shoot.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going up top. This is caught. A big play there for the Niners. And even 40 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And he is all the way up past the 25. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Run left. 52. Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
We got their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive and allows nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. 2nd and 13. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This complete to Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
45.
2nd and 5. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. 30, 20, 10. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 36.
Grenade!
Watch time, watch time.
Alert, 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 alert.
Tie it right. We got 4. We got 4. 6, 6.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Go, 14.
Under 10, 10.
49, check 49, check 49.
Check, check, check. Shift, shift. Big edge, big edge, big edge.
25, check 25, check 25.
Hatch it.
Good job right there, good job right there.
Nickel, nickel, nickel.
Grenade cut, grenade cut.
To throw is Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Seahawks, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the